So for this week, hopefully we'll finish it this week, I'd like to speak about the tkiyas and how they do it and why we do it and where it started from. Sometimes it's good to know the source of what we're doing to understand why we're doing things. So we all know we blow 30 tkiyas before Shemona Esrei, Tashrat, Hashat, Tarat, 3 times each, and that's called 30 tkiyas because you have tkiyas, shvarim, teruah, tkiyas 4 times 3 is 4 times 3 is 12. And then you have Tashat 3 times, Tarat 3 times, each one is 9, is 18. It's called 30 tkiyas. That's what we blow before Shemona Esrei. Then during Shemona Esrei, certain places blow even in the Shtil of Shemona Esrei, certain places blow only in the Chazar Shashats. So let's go to the source of where it comes from, all the tkiyas. So in the Torah it says that Rosh HaShana is a Yom Teruah Yeh Lechem. Yom Teruah Yeh Lechem, the Gemara says, means you have to blow a teruah, and every time the Torah says you blow a teruah, we always have a tekiah beforehand and a tekiah afterwards. So the Torah says Yom Teruah Yeh Lechem, that means you have to blow tekiah, teruah, tekiah. That's what the Torah says you have to blow. In the Gemara is a machlokes. If min ha-Torah, that's all you have to blow. 1 tekiah, 1 teruah, 1 tekiah. Or min ha-Torah, you have to blow 2 sets. So it's a machlokes in the Gemara. The Gemara comes out that we blow 3 sets. This is the Gemara. The Gemara says we blow 3 sets. What's the 3 sets? Tekiah, teruah, tekiah 3 times. It's a machlokes if 2 are deraisa and 1 is the Rabbanon, or 1 is the Rabbanon, 2 are deraisa. But that's how the Gemara comes out. We blow tekiah, teruah, tekiah 3 times. So min ha-Torah, if someone wants to be Yitzis Chiyuv of Shofar on Rosh HaShana, well, not really min ha-Torah, min ha-Torah could be only 1. But from the Gemara, when we finish with the Gemara, it's tekiah, teruah, tekiah 3 times, Yitzir, tekiah, Shofar. That comes out, really it's called, according to us, it's called 9 kailas. Tekiah, teruah, tekiah 3 times 3, with 9 kailas, you would be Yitzir, Yechiyev of tekiah, Shofar on Rosh HaShana.
That's a halacha?
That's not halacha. Mendel's happy, blow 9 tekiyas and he go home. So where does it come from, all the extras that we blow?
You need 30.
So the Gemara says, it's a machlokes in the Gemara, what does teruah mean min ha-Torah? The Torah says teruah. What does teruah mean? So the Gemara brings out a machlokes. Either it means genuche ganach, which means a krechts. Krechts means what we call genuche ganach, we're going to call it our shvarims, which is a little longer of a krechts, or yelula yalo. It means the short krechtes that a person gives. A person starts off crying. He has longer ones, then he does shorter ones. So it's a machlokes in the Gemara what teruah means. Does teruah mean genuche ganach, we'll call it our shvarims, or does teruah mean what we call today our teruah of short kailas? That's what the Gemara says. So now, when you finish the Gemara, we're still saying tekiah, teruah, tekiah is what you have to blow, nothing more than that. But just the machlokes, what that teruah means. Tekiah, we know what it is. Tekiah is 1 long coil. We know what a tekiah is. That's not a question. Tekiah is 1 straight long coil, and teruah is the machlokes in the Gemara what it means. So the Gemara brings down from Rabbi Vo that Rabbi Vo saw that there were different people doing different things. Certain people are blowing tekiah, our shvarim's tekiyas, and certain people are blowing tekiah, teruah, tekiah. Because some people held, like the Gemara said, it's genuche ganach, it's shvarim's, and certain people held it was teruahs, short kailas, so they blew tekiah, teruah, tekiah, and that's what they were yetzer with. Rabbi Vo wanted everyone to do the same thing, and therefore he said everyone should blow to be yetzer all the shittas. Everyone should be yetzer all the shittas, which means everyone should blow Tekiah, Shvarim, Tekiah, and Tekiah, Teruah, Tekiyas. That's what the Gemara says. That's what Baruch said. Now, just to step back a second to figure out, we know that there's lots of places that there's different shittas. There's lots of machlokes in Shas. The whole sugya about what it's going to do. You have certain kehilas do one way, certain kehilas do a different way. And what happens is, when one person from a kehila comes to the next one, he has to do what that kehila is doing. That city does a certain minute, the person has to go with that city's minute. But it's going to do.
Majority.
It's more than majority. Every city had their own minute. Everyone did the same thing in that city. You can't come in and do your own thing in a city. So there's a whole sukkahs about it, of what it's going to do. You can't make agudis, you can't make Klal Yisrael into groups, different groups. Today, everyone's the whole thing of being is we're not a group unless we have different opinions, right? So today a group means so many different. But the truth is halachas today. If you're in a place where no one puts on tefillin chalamayit, they say you should go ahead and put it on. If no one puts on there, there's different halachas that it's going to do. Let's not get into that. But we do find that there were plenty of kehilas, of cities that did one way, and other cities did a different way. So Rabbi Vo comes in and says, I don't like that by Tekiah Shofar you have certain people blowing tarshats and certain people blowing tarats. So therefore I want everyone to blow the same thing, so he made everybody blow all different types of tekiyas, all different types of teruahs. Why did he decide over here that it should be, that everyone should be the same? What happened? And it's interesting to note that today, we're still not the same. After the Baruch works so hard that everyone should be the same, we're still not the same. You have the different types of shvarims that you have, the tu'utus and the twos, whatever it is, we're still not the same. But Baruch tried to make everyone blow the same exact tekiyas on Rosh HaShana. What's the pshat? So it could be the pshat is, Apiderach Musa, Mendel likes Musa, is that we find in davening, in Shemona Esrei, there's a lot of different nuschos in davening. Ashkenaz and Sfard, those are two main different nuschos in davening, Ashkenaz and Sfard.
Nusach Hari, come on.
Yeah, Nusach Hari is Nusach Sfard. But it changes.
Nusach Sfard is Nusach Hari.
Okay, fine.
Right? Sure, Nusach Hari.
You have different nuschos in davening.
That's Sfard.
If you look in davening, besides the first three brachas, all the brachas, every single bracha in Shemona Esrei, there's a machlokes how different nuschos of what the bracha is. They say that when you're davening, a person who's used to daven Nusach Sfard, and it comes to an Ashkenaz shul to daven, so he should skip every other word, and that'll be Nusach Ashkenaz. That's what they say. If you look at Nusach Ashkenaz and Nusach Sfard, they stuck in a lot of words. But every bracha has different nusach of davening. There's one bracha in davening that everyone has the same exact nusach. I'm pretty sure. I didn't check Kamarna or the other those nuschos, but there's one bracha that all nuschos have the same bracha. Ashkenaz, Sfard, Nusach Hari, I think even Edut HaMizrach, I think all have the same nusach. Which bracha is that? No, Moedim is different. Moedim is different by Ashkenaz and Sfard.
Absolutely.
There's one bracha. Hashivenu. Hashivenu Hashem l'tzarisecha. That's one bracha. The Nusach Sfard, Ashkenaz, Nusach Hari, I think they all have the same exact Nusach. Why is that? Very simple. Because there comes time to do tshuva, tshuva has to be together. You can't have machlokes and then do tshuva. In order to do tshuva, everyone has to be together. You can't have someone coming with machlokes saying, I'm doing tshuva. Tshuva, the first thing for tshuva is, everyone has to be the same, equal. So it could be that's why Rabbi Vohu, when it came time to the Tekiyas of Rosh HaShana, from all the mitzvahs, he decided that the Tekiyas of Rosh HaShana, which is the day of Tshuva, is a time that everyone should do the same thing. Don't be different. Could be that's the reason why.
Makes sense.
Well, that's my. I heard a different pshat once, Macharusa, which is an interesting pshat. It's the Gemara in in the third perek says you're not allowed to use gold to cover the menorah, the shofar with gold. And one of the reasons is because ein katega nasas hanevim. The egel was egel hazav, so you can't use gold for a shofar.
You're allowed to use silver?
Yes, for that reason you'll be allowed to, yes.
Wow, because I saw silver in those.
But gold not. Gold not. Changes the color, there's other issues. But this issue is only an issue by gold, because ein kateger, nasas haneger, a bad thing cannot do a good thing.
Prosecutor can't be a defendant.
So how do you do?
Prosecutor can't be defended, yeah.
How do you do the menorah?
Yeah, so it's a good question. A lot of the stuff, so the Gemara goes through there, and the Gemara says, when you do worry about it, when you don't worry about it, and the Gemara says that anything that's lefnim, that you do inside in the Beis HaMikdash, the Beit Kahuna, that went lefnai and lefnim, so that's why the Kohen Gadol couldn't wear big day zahav on Yom Kippur. He had to wear big day lavan, because he had to wear the white begadim, because he went inside the lefnai and lefnim. If he went lefnai and lefnim, there we say ein katega nasas haneger, and he couldn't wear gold. Yeah, he couldn't wear gold. So the Gemara says Tkiyah Shofar that it's lefnim. Why is Tkiyah Shofar lefnim? Kivin shehud lezichroin, to remember that our zikaron should go up to the Eibishter. Hashem should remember us. Kilefnim dami. It says if it's lefnim. And the Rishonim say, what does it mean? Just because of blowing shofar that Hashem should remember us. So what does it mean kilefnim dami? So I think it's the Ritva. He says is that Tkiyah Shofar, when we blow shofar, we have to go through the Makom HaMikdash, and then it goes up to Shemayim. That's why it's Kilefnim Dami. The Tkiyah Shofar goes through the Makom HaMikdash, and then it goes up to Shemayim, and that's why it has a din that Shofar is Kilefnim. It's like an avodah that's done Lefnim. If that's the reason, so everyone's Tkiyahs have to come to the same place. Not my Tkiyahs go up over here in Toronto, and his Tkiyahs go up in the United States. The Tkiyahs all have to come together to the same place to go up.
Different times.
Different times, but the same place. From the same place. If it's all going up in the same place, so now we're like one neighborhood. We're one place. Therefore, we can't have different minhagim in Tkiyah Shofar.
We do.
Interesting pshat.
But we do at the end of the day.
It ended with our Mavo.
What do you mean?
Because after that,
They do that.
did come.
Very little. There are different minhagim in Tkiyah Shofar.
Different ways of blowing, and
There's a lot of ways of blowing it.
Yeah. There's different. Social talk, we'll get to in a second. But in the Tkiyahs themselves, how are Yetzer? Everyone's the same.
It's the same sequence, right?
Same thing, yeah. Tashat, same thing. Besides, there's some that change a little bit now with the different types of svarims. But that's the reason. That could be the reasoning behind the Bavo. Why he decided now everyone should do the same thing. So it's interesting to note that there's a machlokes in the Rishonim. What Rebbe Vo did exactly? The Rebbe Vo says you blow tashat, tarat, tashrat, tashat, tarat. That means every time we said in the Torah, in the Gemara, let's say, you have to have 3 sets of Tkiyah, Teruah, Tkiyah. Each one of those 3 sets, instead of it being Tkiyah, Teruah, Tkiyah, we make them into 3 sets. Tashrat, Tashat, Tarat. Why do we do that for? Because we want to be Yetzer all the Shittas. So the Bavo says, there's a Shita that means Genuche Gamach, Shvarims. We do Tashat. There's a Shita that means Tarat. So we do Tkiyah, Teruah, Tkiyah. Where did Tashrat come from? Tashrat is none of them. Tashrat is not Genuche Gamach, and it's not Yilul Yovel. It's none of them. So where does that come from?
Is it?
Where does Tashrat come from? So it's interesting. The Chinuch writes. The Chinuch writes like this. The Chinuch writes that there were places that blew Tashat, and there were places that blew Tarat. Shvarim Tkiyah, by our Tkiyah, Teruah Tkiyah. Different places blew different things. Why? Because the Gemara says the machlekes Genuche Ganach Yilul Yovel. So most of the Rishonim learn it's a machlekes in the Gemara what the Torah means by Teruah. Does the Torah mean Shvarim? Does the Torah mean our Teruahs? Certain people did it Tashats, and certain people did it Tarats. That's the most Rishonim learn. Now Bavo decided everyone should do both of them to be all Shittas. The Chinuch says not the way. The Chinuch says When the Torah says teruah, you have to blow a teruah. What does the Torah mean by a teruah? Every place, according to the way they do things, that's what teruah means. Now, there are certain communities, the way they cry is genuchei ganach. They have long cries. There are certain places, the way they cry is short cries. Therefore, each neighborhood was doing according to their neighborhood how they cried. Says the chinuch, there was no machlokes. There was no machlokes what the Torah meant, tashat or tarat. There wasn't a machlokes. The Torah says teruah. Each neighborhood, it depends how they cry. So it comes out a much bigger chiddush now. There was never a machlokes, and says the chinuch that the people who do tashat were yetzer because that's their neighborhood. Tarat were yetzer, that's their neighborhood. And so Rabbi Vo felt that everyone has to do the same thing. So what do you do with that? He says, first of all, let's get everybody together. Because if you go ahead, and we know this is true, if you have some people belong to Shats, and some people belong to Rats, now what are you going to do? Everyone should blow both of them. What's going to happen? Tashat's going to say, the neighbors, let's blow Tashat first. And Tarat's going to say, let's blow, or do both. I'm willing to do both. I'm first. I want to be first. So therefore, Rabbi Vo said, let's first do a Tashrat. With everyone together. What? Tarshat first, yeah. So the more speaks about it. Why we don't do Tarshat? We'll speak that in a second. Let's do Tashrat first. Therefore, we have in the set of Tekiyah, through Tekiyah, we have everybody. And then afterwards we'll do Tashat and Tarat. Then it doesn't bother somebody so much that Tashat comes before Tarat.
Still is number 2 between number 3.
Yeah. Number 2 and number 3 is not as bad as not being number 1. That's one thing you see from here. So the Gemara does say, why don't we blow Tarat also? The Gemara says, because, I think it's the Gemara, the Rishonim. Yeah, the Gemara says that the Gemara is wanting to blow Tekiyah, Teruah, Shvar, Tekiyah. So the Gemara says, because no one cries that way. Now, people that cry, Genuchei ganach, and then Yelelo Yello. First you have longer ones, then you sob. No one first sobs, and then has longer cries. Therefore, we don't do Tarshat. Fine. So now we have a Vo who got together, everybody. He made us do Tashrat, Tashat, Tarat, for every single Tekiyah, Teruah, Tekiyah of the Torah. So now we just went from 9 Kailas, from Tekiyah, Teruah, Tekiyah, which everyone blew in those days, and now we have to have 30. From 9 to 30, because we jumped, we have Tashrat.
3 sets.
We have 3 sets of Tashrat, Tashat, and Tarat, we jumped to 30. When you learn the Gemara, that's it. You finished. The Vo was Machmir, he had the biggest Chumrah, so now we have to blow 3 sets of each. Fine, very good. We make a bracha before Musaf, and we yetzer with Rabbi Vo. We blow those 30 kailas for yetzer. Now comes, the Gemara says, that you're supposed to blow Tekiyahs al Seder HaBrachas. We spoke about this 2 weeks ago, what the din is, if it's ma'akev or not. We're not going to go through that again. But the Gemara says you have to blow Tekiyahs also in the Haicha Shmon Esrei, Zechronis, Malchis, Zechronis, and Shofars. What am I going to blow between after Malchis, after Shofars, after Zechronis, and after Shofars? What are you going to blow? So you have to blow Tekiyah, Teruah, Tekiyah of the Torah, whatever that is. So again we have a machlokes. What does that mean? So what we do today is we blow Tashat, Tashrat, Tashat, and Tarat after each one. After Malchis, after Zechronis, and after Shofars. Why? Because you have to blow Tekiyah, Teruah, Tekiyah of the Torah. We're not sure what it is, so we get to all the shittas. That's what we do today. If you look in the Mechaber, if you look in the Ramah, there's no remes to that. The Taisus brings down that what did they used to do? They used to blow like we blow in the beginning, Tashrat, Tashat, Tarat, 3 times each. When it came time for Shemona Esrei, they blew just Tashrat after Malchiyos, Tashat after Zechronos, and Tarat after Shofars. That's all they blew.
Not 3.
Not 3. Just Tashrat after Malchiyos, Tashat after Zechreinos, and after Shofar Tarat. That's all they blew. They had a Sachako of 30 koilos beforehand. Through the Haichah Shemon Esrei, they had another 10 koilos, 40 koilos, and they were finished. And that was it. No more. You're going to ask, Tosfos has the question, but how can you blow Tashrat, Tashat, Tarat? Because you have to blow Al Seder of the brachas, and you may not be Yaitza. He says it's not a din deraisa to blow then, it's a din derabanan, and for midirabanan we were machmir. That's what Tosfos says. Take out Shulchan Aruch. The Mechaber says, Machzor Shas HaTfilah. The Shatz says Shemon Esrei over again. The Taikin Al Seder HaBrachos. You blow on the Seder HaBrachos. The Malchiyos Tashrat Pamachas. Says the Mechaber. You blow for Malchiyos one time Tashrat. With the Zechreinos, Tashat. With the Shofros, Tarat. That's all they blew. The Mechaber passes that way. The Ramah says, Hago, v'yesh oimrim, shetoikin Tashrat, the Malchiyos, v'chein the Zechreinos, v'chein the Shofros. So the Ramah, our minig, should have been, you blow Tashrat after Malchiyos, Tashrat after Zechreinos, and Tashrat after Shofros, and you're finished. You don't have to blow Tashrat, Tashat, Tarat, and that's what the Ramah paskins.
That's 12. That'd be 12.
That's 12. So we ended with 42. 42 koilos which end up, that's how the Ramah did it. V'chein ha-minig b'medinas elu. That was the minig by the Ramah. They blew 42 koilos. According to the Mechaber, they blew 40 koilos, and according to the Ramah, they blew 42 koilos because they added on in the Haichah Shemon Esrei one koil at the last two. That's what comes out. So what are we doing today? Today we're blowing much more.
100.
From 100 koilos. So first of all, the Mishnah brings down Ubeshla Kosav, brings that from the Shla, Haderech HaMufchar L'Tkoya Tashrat, Tashat, Tarat, L'Malchiyos, V'chen L'Zchreinos, V'chen L'Shofros. It's a Shla. It's not a Mechaber, it's not a Ramah, it's a Shla. The Shla says that you should blow Tashrat, Tashat, Tarat for each one. For Malchiyos, L'Zchreinos, and Shofros. Fine, so we have the Shla. We have the Shla, now we end up with how many koilos? 60. Then that's it. 30 before Shemon Esrei, and 30 in Phil Tashat's ala Seder, Tashrat, Tashat, Tarat each time.
So are you saying then that the times Tosfos, let's say, they'll equal 40 or 42?
Correct. Tosfos says at his times, they blew Arboim koilos. That's it. All they blew was 40 koilos.
They got home early.
They got them early. They got them early for other reasons. They didn't say so much Sheitzvus. They didn't sing so much with davening. It's a whole. Now it's
Singing is okay, just there was no chazan
in
stretching.
the Rishonim we see they finished by Chatzos. They finished davening by Chatzos.
12:15.
They were finished already.
We finished 12:15.
So and truly the reason why Tosfos says Tosfos says why in the Haichah Shemon Esrei when we're doing it in Chazar Hashatz do we do Tashrat, Tashat, Tarat? Do more. Do Tashrat, Tashat, Tarat. But each one, like the Shlosh says. Sometimes it's Tirchid Tzibura. We don't need Shriach the Tzibur to have so many koilos. That's what Tosfos says. We don't need Shriach the Tzibur with so many koilos, and therefore we only say Tashrat, Tashat, and Tarat.
100 is not enough.
So that's what Tosfos says. So it comes out, according to the Ramah, if we do 42 koilos, with the Shla, that the Mishnah brings down, we'll have 60 koilos. Now, we know we blow much more. We know we blow 100 koilos. But you blow another 30 during the Shil Shemon Esrei or 30 at the end of the davening, whatever it is, we blow 100 koilos. So Tosfos does bring it down. Tosfos says that the Aruch brings down that some people would blow Shloshim, Kediyasvin, 30, which is Kistam and Yoshev, for Shloshim, Balachash, 30 by the Shtil Shemon Esrei, for Shloshim ala Seder, and then they blow another 10 at the end. Keneged, Meya, Payos, Tapaya, Ime, the Sisra. Because of the 10 cries, the sister's mother cried, that's why we blow 100 tkiyas.
Who cried?
Sister's mother. Sister's mother, sister was a general, went to the army, and came back afterwards. The Gemara brings down, the Gemara says over here, how do we know what a trua is? So the Gemara says, it says, "V'ksiv b'imah de Sisra, ba'ad ha'chaloi nishkafa, v'tiyabev eim Sisra." The ones who hold that it's a yabava means short kailis, our truas, if they learn out v'tiyabev eim Sisra, Sisra's mother corrects, she sobbed, it means a lashon of short kailis, and that's how we know what it means.
She was a goy.
She was a goy.
So all of a sudden we're falling with
She was a
the
goy.
Kohen?
Yeah, it's a pella.
He was a Rosh.
A lot was said about it. Maybe we'll speak about it next week. But a lot is written and said about what is. So we're doing. First of all, we learn out from Em Sisra, from the mother of Sisra, what type of truas.
Everybody cried. What do we have after
Good.
So many
This
people
is more of a machshava share. We'll do a little bit next week. But the Aruch brings down that because Em Sisra gave 100 kailos, she corrects 100 kailos. Therefore, we blow 100 kailos today. So
we're lucky you shouldn't do the 1,000.
Yeah, right.
No,
That's right. Lucky she stopped early.
I don't understand. Jewish mothers cry a lot more than Jewish mothers. I don't get this. It's just, you know that the Jewish mothers have a lot more feeling. They cry a lot more.
Maybe we'll speak about it next week.
I like the 30.
30.
Good enough for Tosfos. It's good enough for
Tais has 40,
I'll be fine. 30
and another 10.
Okay, I'll take the 40.
And that's what Tais says. Going back all the way up to the Ramah. The Ramah had 42.
So
Right?
we became from them Tosfos. That's
Yeah,
good.
that's what's happening. We're coming out now. The minute today is that we blow 100 kailos because of this. Tais brings down from the Aruch. Tais doesn't go with it. So today we're blowing 100 kailos because of that.
Without speaking. Remember that.
Oh, no,
You're not supposed to be speaking until you hear the 100.
So those who blow in the Shil Shemon Esrei, they blow 30. So at the end of the davening, they blow only 10. Those who don't blow there, they have to blow 40 at the end of the davening. They blow 30 by Kaddish and then 10 and after the David. Those are those kailos. Now, this is all. It seems like it's not the Aruch HaShulchan writes we do 100. He says you should be worried about Tircha de Tzibura. He says it's not called Tircha de Tzibura. Like arguing with Tosfos. The little keys that you blow, people can handle it. I did see Lashon recently, but I think he may say he says when Mayrich and Misha Beirichs much more than when Mayrich in Tekiyah Shofar. So that should be the power of Tircha de Tzibura. Guy gets an aliyah, and it's been 10 minutes.
He's paying.
We're still Tircha de Tzibura. Says you should worry about the long Misha Beirichs before you worry about the long Tekiyah Shofar. That's the Aruch HaShulchan writes.
Well, you get what you pay for.
Yeah, so today the minig in Gans Klal Yisrael is to blow 100 tekiyos, and the kailos of 100 tekiyos is just because of Em Sisra, but the tarat that we're blowing, that comes from Rabbi Volrei from the Gemara, you blow 30 kailos. Now, this that we blow, I'll say the brachas on by Chazar Shashatz. So here is a big question. What happens? We started speaking about it 2 weeks ago, so we'll get back to it. What happens? Someone can't come to shul. Someone's sick, can't come to shul, and someone goes to blow tekiyos for him. So how many tekiyos do you blow for the person? The meaning is you blow 30 tekiyos. Why 30 tekiyos? Because 30 tekiyos is what the Gemara says. 30 tekiyos is what the Ramah says. 30 tekiyos is what Taisa says. Right? The extra 100 tekiyos that we have a minute to blow, you don't have to blow. The person doesn't have to hear it. If you could, it's good. But to go ahead and get somebody to blow, when people go around blowing, even for ladies in the hospitals, right? Or anybody in the hospital, they go around blowing from room to room, they only blow 30 tekiyos. They don't blow 100 tekiyos. Because 100 tekiyos is almost impossible.
They'll make a bracha when you blow for
They will throw you out of the hospital.
Let's try the bracha. Make a bracha.
Each person has to make a
The
bracha.
person themselves.
Yeah, you can write them with the bracha.
No, but I'm saying a person that's in a hospital. Who?
If you can't make the bracha, someone can make it for him.
So you're saying the person that's laying in bed makes a bracha?
If you could.
I thought the shofar guy is making.
No, anybody can make it. Anybody can make it.
Is it the word
Usually bring kids with
long,
them.
or is it the word that's not by Malkish Shakers?
That's what I was getting to. So we know the minig is we blow what we do is we blow 100, and if someone's, you blow after somebody else, you blow 100, you blow 30 tkiyas. Now, that's very good. That we're saying that we don't blow more than 40 tkiyas, I can understand. You blow 30 because of a vow, and then we blow another 10 tkiyas, whatever it is, Malchus Zechariah Shofis. That Tosfos brought down already. Tosfos says he brought Ashrat, Ashat, Tarat, and Malchus Zechariah Shofis. So what happened to those 10 tkiyas? Why do we only blow 30 tkiyas when you're going to blow for somebody? You should blow. Tosfos had 40 koilos. What happened to the other 10? The person's not Shemon Esrei. So what happened to the other 10 tkiyas? So we touched on this then, and now we'll explain a little more. This that we say you blow, Malchus Zechariah Shofis, the Gemara says that's only bechaver ir. Bechaver ir means only betzibur. The only time you blow Malchus Zechariah Shofis, you blow al seder habrachas, is betzibur. When you have a tzibur, you blow it. B'yechidus, you don't blow. That's what the Gemara says. B'yechidus, you don't blow. Now the question is the big tumult in the Achronim. That what does that mean? Yechidus, you don't blow. Let's say someone could come to shul, and he wants to blow a Malchus Zechariah Shofis. He wants to be yetzer with that. Is there any Indian for him to blow? I'll say the Malchus Zechariah Shofis. A Yachid. So the halacha is Yachid einay mafsik l'tkoya b'brachas afilu yesh la mi sheyitach alay. A Yachid, a person who is davening by himself in his house, should not be mafsik in the middle of Malchus Zechariah Shofis, even if he's not the one that's blowing, somebody else is blowing for him. He should not stop davening for the Tkiyah Shofar. Now here's the big machlokes in Achron. What does it mean? He's not allowed to, or he doesn't have to. That's the big machlokes here. The Shari Tshuva brings down from the Radvaz that a person, if he wants, mutter lahafsik. If he wants, he could blow Malchus Zechariah Shofis in his Shemona Esrei, if he wants. A lot of poskim argue in the Radvaz, and they say no, it's asur. You're not allowed to blow Malchus Zechariah Shofis. Why? Because it's a hefsik. You blow Davik Shemona Esrei, you're not allowed to be mafsik. In Chadaras Hashatz, where they were sakin to blow it with tzibur Malchus Zechariah Shofis, then you have to blow. But the Yachid, it's a hefsik. So you're going to ask, Tefillah B'lachash, the Shul Shemona Esrei, people do blow,
yes,
places do blow. So there's two answers. One answer is because that could be tzibur. You're davening with tzibur. Could be one answer. Another thing is, this is a pikabola. You blow by Shul Shemona Esrei. It's a pikabola. There's reasons for it, and the Zohar brings it down, and Tosfos brings down B'lachash from the Aruch. They're blowing the lachash. So we're not going to get involved in that. Different minhagim to blow in the Shul Shemona Esrei, but definitely a yachid who's in his house to go ahead and blow Malchus Zechariah Shofis. Forget about that. The question is if he should. The question is if he's allowed to. If it's big machlokes, if you're allowed to. The Aruch HaShulchan says he shouldn't.
Because it's a happening. So someone else will.
No, even someone else will also consider.
But then you have to stop. You stop it.
You're stopping to listen.
Right?
You're stopping to listen.
And it comes a hefsek.
Yeah, you're stopping to listen. It could be a hefsek. I haven't seen recently Stechemet. There's a whole arichas about this. There's a whole arichas about it. And he tries to figure out what exactly is the hefsek. If someone else is blowing for you, you're not being mafsik.
But you stop
by being yoitzer with his tekiyas, it's enough of a hefsek.
When the cousin says, in the thumbs like Maknisha, and you stop.
It's also a question. If you're in Milish Monesra and you stop to listen to the so that's a question what happens. So that's a question. There's the whole sugi about it. There's a whole sugi about it because if didn't Shemei Ka'onim is if you yourself said it, that it's hefsek or not.
It's a share.
Yeah, it's a share. It's not a musa share, but it's a
No, I'm saying you got to give a share.
yeah. It's a whole different share about stopping.
Take notes.
But being mafsik to hear somebody else is a question if it's called hefsek or not. So I had it last year. A person who missed davening for whatever reason is shows up in my house in the middle of my suda, and he asked me like about the keys. I said, "Sure, no problem." I happened to be about the kaya. I said, "Sure, no problem. I'll blow the keys for you. I'll blow 30 keys for him." And then he says, "Okay, now I'm davening Shemona Esrei." and I wanted to blow for me on Malchus Chayan Shofar.
Right.
So I said to him, "You sure?" He says, "Yeah." I said, "I don't mind blowing for you, but not everyone agrees that you could do that. Not everyone agrees that you could do that. It's a big shayla if you could do that or not." So that's why.
By Yechidus.
By Yechidus, someone's
By
davening
Yechidus.
in his house by himself, and he wants even someone to blow for him. A Malchus Chayan Shofar.
You gotta stand and look over your shoulder as he's davening.
No.
You don't know
First of all,
what.
who made the
He told me.
bracha?
No, give a clap. That's it. It's over. Give a clap.
Who made the bracha?
I thought you weren't allowed to make.
No, that was before. The bracha was beforehand.
Who
On the
made the
30th
bracha?
years.
You or him?
He made the bracha. I could have made the bracha also, but he made the bracha.
Yeah, I understand. So why is he talking in the middle of davening?
No, he told me beforehand.
Oh.
This was before.
So you
This
did-
was before the bracha. We
You
planned
did, so you
everything
did
out.
it, or what's the story?
I ended up doing it for him.
You did.
I ended up
You
doing
was
it
there
for
like
him.
for an hour and a half. You were there the whole time, right?
Yeah, I was in the Suda.
Put on the soup.
When he gave me a clap, I came out.
Musical instrument.
and I blew.
Wow.
But I ended up doing it for him because the reason why I did it for him was
Yes.
Menucha.
no, I personally felt bad for the person.
Yes. Yeah.
I personally felt that he has a hard life, this guy, and he whatever.
Menucha. You don't gotta do
He
Masad
wanted to
Menucha.
do it, and he felt better that he missed davening. He felt very bad that he missed davening. So it's very, very bad that he missed
You're allowed to
davening.
do everything.
So I figured, let me do it for him. He'll be a little calmer, and I did it for him. But it's not so partial you should do it, and that's why when you blow over for somebody, the minig is blow 30 tkiyas. You don't blow more than that. You don't have to blow more than that. The other tkiyas are only to be yetzer, this aim sister, whatever it is, of the aruch. But ikar hadim, you only have to blow for a person 30 tkiyas. The 40 tkiyas that the Ramah brings down, the Mechaber brings down, you blow 40 tkiyas because the Malchus Chayan Shofar. That's only b'tzibur. When you're not b'tzibur, there's no reason to blow it.
Shkoyach.
Correct.
Benching.